guys, it's Melhan here with another Techie Tuesday. I'm so excited about this Techie Tuesday, as I am all Techie Tuesdays, and I hope to teach you something that maybe you didn't know before. I wanted to remind you that due to the Google Apps for Education training over the next few weeks that all middle school teachers will participate in, I will not be doing Techie Tuesdays. So I will see you again after spring break. So I hope that you guys have a wonderful Easter and all of those things for those of you who kind of tune in and aren't located at our school. But I am excited about the opportunity of having that Google Apps for Education training. So without further ado, let's get started. I'm going to take you to the Chrome browser, and of course I want to take you to the Chrome web store. And I typed in something called Hack This Page. It is an extension that you will find located right here. And the reason that this extension in particular is so powerful for kids is because it allows you to edit any web page. Now it says to prank your friends, but those innovative little guys have thought of ways to apply this in school. So let's just say you have a kid who's hacked this page and he is doing his IXL and he ends up with a 65 and he changes it to a 95, and you ask the kids to please show you their Chromebook and you take their grade from their Chromebook. If you do that, beware. You will be, because it has been hacked, it's going to look like a grade that they did not receive. In other words, it does not change the grade in IXL. You will need to print out your reports and look at your data on your end. Please don't trust what the kids have on their end. Now, it's not all kids. It's just the kids who've discovered this. If you see this little guy right here, make sure that you ask the kids to delete that extension or send it down to my office and I can do it for you, and let them know why it's not appropriate to be on their Chromebooks. So watch out for that. I know I sent out an email, but we're still seeing some of it, and I appreciate Nancy Sorrow for reminding us and sending out that email. I believe that she had an opportunity to kind of see it in action too at her school, and so she gave us a heads up, and I appreciate that. So the next thing I really want to get to is not just to talk about what kids do to move around things, but how we can do a little bit of customization in Classroom. Now, as you guys know, I love, love, love Classroom. And one of the things that I love, though, is customizing things to look like me. Now, I took this Google Apps for Education course from Anna, and as you can see, the background, you are very limited in what you can do or what kind of background images you can put. And many times than not, I've heard about how they don't really apply to your classroom. So we are going to be getting into Google Drawings. Now, I know this might be a new territory for you, but for me, it is kind of the unsung hero of the Google suite. Google Drawings can allow you to do some really, really cool things. And today, it's going to allow us to learn how to customize the header on our Google Classrooms, on our Google Classroom pages. So here's how it works. I'm going to go to my apps, and then I'm going to literally go to Google Drawings. Now, if you haven't ever been into Google Drawings, it's definitely well worth a visit, okay? There's lots of things that you can do with Google Drawings, and as I said before, I think it's one of the unsung heroes. Now, the first thing I would do is I would click up here in the left-hand corner and go ahead and title your drawing. I'm going to title mine Google Classroom Header, and you can do that by just like all of the Google products, you just click on it and it allows you to rename it. So Google Classroom Header. Okay, now that I have it named, the first thing we have to do is, as you know, the header is not an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. It is kind of elongated. So we're going to need to change how the page looks, how our drawing looks. To do that, we're going to go to File. Then we're going to come down here to Page Setup. And this is where your handout can be handy for you because there are some specific numbers that we're going to do here. The first thing is we want to make a custom page setup. And instead of inches, we're going to look at the pixels. So I'm going to click that and click pixels. Now it's really important that you click pixels first before you start putting in the numbers. I'm not saying it can't work the other way around, but it does bring you back and you have to do things twice. And I say, why do it twice when you can just do it once? So you're going to put in the first number 2000 and the second number is going to be 400. So it should say 2000 by 400 pixels. I'm going to click OK. And now you can see how even that box, the box that we're going to be working in, has really changed. Now I am going to go ahead and change my background color. You can change your background color by right-clicking on your screen, clicking background, and you can either fill it in with, well, actually any color you want. But I am tending to lean toward black or white just so I can kind of see how my things lay out on there. Now, if you have a picture and it's all purple, well, then you might want your background to be purple. So we'll just kind of play around with that. Now, the next thing you're going to do is the fun part, right? The fun stuff, of course, is all the cool things that you can put onto your Google Drawing to customize your Google Classroom header. And what I mean by that is that's all the images. You can pick your class picture. You can pick different pictures of maybe things that you're doing in class. I have a couple teachers here that love to take pictures in the classroom and send them to me. This would be a wonderful place to display that. And as you tweak each classroom, maybe in one you have a black background, maybe in another you have a purple background. As you walk around the classroom, just the smallest detail that has changed allows you to know whether or not the kids are on the right classroom. So I am going to go here and click Insert Image because I'm going to use a picture. And I'm going to choose to upload. Now, one thing I have noticed is it is better to get things that are small or patterned so that they don't necessarily distort. I am going to do some social media icons. They're all stuck together. And as you can see on my header, they are a long way from being the exact size they need to be. So I'm going to stretch this out a little bit. Not too much. I don't want to distort it. But I wanted to cover enough of my Google Classroom header and give me the majority of it being the picture. So I think I'm good on about both sides. I have about equal, just in case I need to shrink it or make it bigger when I get there. Now you're ready. That is as easy as it is. All you do now from this step is click File. And you are going to download. Now you have two different choices. You can download as a JPEG, and the reason you're downloading this is because Google Classroom only allows you to upload something that's in picture format. So if you are doing a JPEG, that's more for if you're going to do a photograph. Okay, if you've got a picture of kids or something you're using from your actual class, then I would say a JPEG image is the way to go. If you do a PNG, it's more for things like clip art. So if you use a little clip art, mine is kind of in between. I'm going to stick with a JPEG. And of course, I've downloaded it. Now, I have called this Google Classroom header. And the reason I need to know that is because in my downloads folder, I'm going to need to know what I need to upload to my Google header. So now I'm going to my Google Classroom. And as you can see, I have the world Earth. And over here to the right-hand side, I can click Upload Photo. Now, maybe this sounds really complicated, and I might not have done a great job today going over here to my downloads to find where it says Google Classroom header. I'm going to click Open. And now you can see where Google Classroom is going to give me about the size that that they will stretch to. So I'm going to bring this in a little bit and click Select Class Theme. Now what's going to happen is my background is changed. I can use the image that I want to use, but as you notice, these things remain in the middle and unchangeable. This is the name of the class. This is the person who owns the class. Those things are not at this time available to be changed or customized. So if you are going to do some other things, like put a different background on with words, you're going to want to be not aware, I guess. Aware is the best word. Aware of those things that are in the middle. All right, I'm going to do one more quick one just to review what we have. So I'm in Google Classroom Header. I've set up my page. I've changed my background. I'm going to insert one more picture, just something different. I'm going to upload it. Go over to pictures. I'm going to click the magic trick because you know technology is magic even when you know how it's done. And I'm going to click this over here. I'm going to move it because I want this middle section to be where it says Techie Tuesdays on my Google header bar. Okay, so I'm very aware of where that lands. I'm going to have to download it. The next thing I do is once I get it where I need to be, download. I'm going to use JPEG. It's going to call it Google Classroom Header. I go to my Google Classroom page. I click Upload Photo, and I'm going to find that photo. And of course, you know it's going to be in your downloads. And here we go. Classroom Header, open, and now. The big important thing to me is these magic hands. So I'm going to move my whole entire Google box over here so it makes sure to get those in there. All right, here we go. I'm going to click Select Class Theme. And there you go. Techie Tuesdays. They're magic even when you know how they're done. Okay, so I hope that you will try being a little innovative. Number one, visiting Google Drawings. But number two, customizing your own Google Classroom header. I think you'll really, really like it. All right, the last two things I want to share with you come real easy. As you guys know, we can use our voice to type in Google Docs, and so I put on this link on your handout. But Google Voice Typing has given us a ton of new voice commands. Yes, it's pretty much a powerful professional tool for you to use. If you want to select text, you will just click right here and it'll show you all the commands that you can say. You can say select all matching text. I mean, you can really get down and dirty by just using your voice. I could have accomplished my entire handout. So I hope that you guys will check these out. They are new. For a while there, all we could do is speak. We couldn't speak the words, but now we can do things like select text, edit our document, add tables, move around in your document. You can pause your voice typing and resume later. So there's lots of cool things. All right, for those of you elementary schools and kids with inclusion, our inclusion kids, or maybe you have some kids that are in self-contained classes at your school, and maybe you just have kids at home. This is Google's new product. It's called Kiddle.co. It is a visual search engine for kids, and it's powered by Google. And it's considered a Google safe search for kids. I love this. I'm not too sure that most middle schoolers don't need to be using this, because the safe search feature adds for and allows for some different things. Now the cool thing too is when it says it's powered by editors, that means that they kind of edit out things that may not be readability levels for kids. Okay, so I am going to put in Saturn, and I click this, and you will kind of see how this search engine works. So the great thing is, over here, you have things that kids would be looking for. Fun facts about Saturn, Saturn facts, and so these might be a little bit easier for kids to read and kids to be able to find information that you are asking them to find in the classroom. At home, it's great for you, and it's all the things that parents want with the safe search, and it allows you to really kind of key in. And for those kids that are in inclusion or in a self-contained class, this is wonderful too, because a lot of times, or even our struggling readers, because they can't necessarily read on their level, this gives them some options. So I say go to Kiddle.co and check it out, Google's new safe search for kids. Well, as you know, technology is magic even when you know how it's done. I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you after spring break.